I'm going to make some carbon fiber composite canvases to do acrylic paintings on. Epoxy resin all mixed up, that's the Total Boat Fathom epoxy. I've left it sitting here for a little bit so that any air can release, and this has a very, very long cure time of a few days, so there's no rush. Coat the whole inside here, and now start adding that carbon fiber. The viscosity on this resin is very low, so it's pretty easy to wet out the carbon fiber in it. I'm gonna add in a layer of the woven carbon fiber too. Probably add a couple layers in there. See what that does. It makes it a little bit easier to press the carbon fiber into the resin versus just the plain loose fibers. I just want to make sure that it's all well saturated and compacted as well as I can by hand to not have any major voids, but any smaller voids will just get filled in with the resin once I add all the parts into the pressure pot and let that cure under pressure. I'm not really sure how much of this I need to add to get a good color. That's probably not enough, but I'll start out conservative and add more if I need to. Looks kind of beautiful now. So I'm going to just fill the mold up the rest of the way with this resin. Got a lot of air bubbles in there, so I'll pop those. For this small one, I'm putting in the carbon the same way, and I want to press down here to contain the carbon more in the lower half, except now this glass for the top half of this. So I want to make sure it's not all covered with carbon, otherwise you won't be able to see the glass from the side. The glass is yellow, orange, kind of fiery sort of colors, so I'm going to dye the resin orange. It's kind of cool. Well, the glass kind of just disappears in the resin because it's very translucent glass. So maybe that wasn't the best option. Oh well, that's what the experimentation is for. I mixed up a little too much of the orange resin, so I'm going to use this small mold and some more of the glass to see how this combination looks in isolation. I'm gonna start this one off with a layer of the lime green chopped glass. I already have some resin in there. The glass bundles don't break up as easily as the carbon fiber. There must be a pretty good amount of a sizing of some sort in there. So you kind of keep that chopped look even after manipulating it a little bit to get it pressed in and wet it out. You can see the pattern through the sides a little bit on the mold. A lot of green showing, but I might be able to just push some of the green down. Yeah, that actually looks better. A little more definition between where it's green and where it's carbon. This one I'm going to add some fancier chopped carbon. It's got a wider piece there and it's quite nice looking. I'm not sure if it's going to get messed up as I do the rest of the layup, but we'll see. For that one, I topped it off with the green. So I've got the carbon down here and green on top. Now I just need to let everything cure inside the pressure pot for a couple of days. Okay, it's time to demold everything, and I'm going to wear gloves because this carbon fiber is extremely sharp now that it's cured. Probably still poke me through this if I'm not careful, but hopefully that will be enough to save some splinters. Let's see how these demold and how they look. Ooh. Yeah, you can definitely see the forged carbon pattern that didn't get too messed up during the layup. Can't see a whole lot of the blue from the side. Maybe once I sand into the side a little bit, if I were to do that, or if I were to cut through, it might show up more. But I think maybe I needed to do a deeper resin layer. It's still somewhat transparent. You can see the carbon through the blue. So I guess for an opaque blue like that, I would need to add more dye. Maybe some opaque blue along with the mineral shimmery stuff. Okay, yeah, that's I think a better ratio there. You can see a lot more on the side on that one. This is very textured. Not seeing any voids. So, oh yeah, okay, so that's pretty. You can tell the difference between the wider chopped stuff versus the finely chopped stuff. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, that's cool. I don't remember. Oh yeah, this is more green, but with the green on the bottom. These are some wicked splinters on this one. Ooh. So you can see some of the carbon through there. So this maybe needed a thicker layer of the green if it were to be something that I need to be completely green. Oh, and we do have a void there. So even the pressure pot can't take care of every single void, but you get far fewer voids when you use a pressure pot. I ended up making a couple of extra ones because I had so much leftover resin. Probably need to put some soapy water in there. Somebody said that would work, but I don't have any convenient out here, so I'm gonna just push a little more. There. That's nice. I like that. It's like carbon lava or something. It's pretty. Just kind of looks like candy, like chocolate toffee or something. Brown shimmery resin got down to the bottom there. this had the glass, and that is actually kind of cool. It's not like really obvious in this, but there's definitely a different look in there than if this were just the plain resin. It's almost like Mount Doom there. You've got the red fiery skies above the dark mountains. That is surprisingly cool. And then this was where I had the extra and I added more glass in it so we can see in isolation what the yellow orangish glass looks like in the orange epoxy without the carbon blocking the view. Another difficult one to demold. I really need to try the soapy water trick, but I just don't want to right now. Okay, fine. I'll try this soapy water trick. I'll be back. Got some dish detergent and some water there. Let's see if that really demolds it. Okay. Yep. That was easier. It's also easier without the gloves. Okay. Soapy water trick. Yeah. Y'all right. I need a paper towel now though. That is subtle, but quite beautiful. I would use that again. I thought that was gonna be just a complete failure when I first poured it in there. And that's why you gotta test stuff, because you just never really know what you're gonna get. So that's all of my castings. They need to be trimmed up and turned into something. Definitely need to get rid of these hellish splinters, my goodness. Alright, well that was fun. Yeah, let's see the glass one under the light. Ooh. No light versus strong light. I really like that. There you go. You can really see the glass when you put the light right up to it like that. That's pretty cool.